Is Prayasu Devrel at TD5, founder of the Nexus Society, president of Coach Chef SRMRMP Club.
Many more achievements like winner of ETH India, Asia's biggest hackathon, and
Going through this intro, where we haven't mentioned a lot of things. That's why we have with us the man himself. So, Prayasu, over to you.
Hi all, hi. So, giving an intro about myself, right now I'm also in my final year of college, although didn't go to college from last few months. And apart from that, probably from the last 2 years, I have got into this whole field of like hustling and making side income. And probably I had reasons to start with it. There was something that at a point where I have to start, and after that somehow got started, and it's been like not a particular field. I've entered into web3, but that was not how I got started. It was probably I started with like exploring on the side of design. I was a UI UX designer at the very beginning of my college life. It's because like I was exploring various fields, and then when I decided to incentivize any one of my particular skill, it was UI UX. That's how I started. And but after my first gig of UI UX, I decided like probably this is not something which I should be carrying on with me for a longer time. It might or might not be helpful. And also whatever I'm going to share here, it's not something like a roadmap, or it's not something like I would like to suggest everyone to do something which worked on for me and might or might not work for you or everyone else out there. So please take all the conversation going on here as in discussion just between three of us, and from where probably you can take any experience or like take help from experience, and not as like and suggestion or a fixed roadmap that this is how you have to move on. And probably there's something for any podcast you see ever. So continuing with that, after that I again started exploring various fields. I was doing 3D modeling and other stuffs, and by the time when I saw like just when I saw there's like a lot of these Web3 events going on, and I started entering these events, exploring like probably opportunities, meeting a lot of people who are working on this field, and that's how I got into this whole field of Web3. And also there is a senior named Sandeep Singh who have been very much inspirational and guiding through my whole journey, and from whom I got more details of like what this whole field is, and then got myself into it, learning and exploring. And slowly after like few months and like around a year of learning moreover about various tech and things that's going on in this whole ecosystem, I decided myself to that I have to now enter into this ecosystem and move on with it. From that time onwards, I have started taking part in various hackathons, and apart from taking part in hackathons, building projects, uh, which led to like getting me opportunities. Starting like I have worked with layer one blockchains like Sardium and few other blockchains also. And after Sardium and other blockchains, where I was part of like either as on the product side or on the Devrel side, now I have moved on to like my final year, and where I'm going to give a stop to my internships, going to give a stop to my part-time work. And right now I'm in talks with few of the companies to join them as a full-time person, and also having few plans of myself working on few other things of my own initiatives in 2024. So that's about me, and that's how my life is going on.
So, now would like to ask you that $1 million question, like Kapil Sharma types. How does it feel to be the first guest of Vartalaap, and your thoughts over it?
It's really amazing, and I know personally both of you, and you guys are also doing really great, and really lucky and happy that I am able to contribute to your initiative. And probably like when Vartalap will be a bigger thing, still when people search the first video, I'll be in the front. So I really lucky for that.
Okay, achieving all this was never easy. Like what you are doing currently with respect to the college is a dream for like a lot of freshies who are out there, who are like, I just want to ask, was there any point when you started? Let's go back to the Buttermilk and before that as well. Was there any point where you were clueless, like you wasted your time around like 1, 2, 3, 4 or 6 months or one sem? Was there any time like where you felt like clueless where to go, what's the correct direction, and how to crack it?
Oh yes. So being very honest with whatever I'm answering, the main reason why I got into this field of like earning or like hustling, anything you call it. The reason was that at that moment, probably we were running like my dad lost his job in COVID, and after that, main problem was with money. So I thought, like, at least I could take care of my own expenses, and taking care of my own expenses was a deal out there, because the place, like, honestly, my schooling time, people did not spend that much money, but when I went to college, the people I met, the concept of money was all different out there. So this gave me a very big motivation that, somehow or other I need to start earning, and start earning. It can be done legally, illegally. So it was like, let me give myself time for like next 2 months. It was around like October, November time, and I was like, agar December tak, like by December I'm not able to do anything, then probably I have to think some or other way to earn money. But luckily I gave my best. From that last 2 months, I thought, like, whatever skills I have, let me put everything on the table. Let me reach out to people saying that I have this thing. You give me any work, small, big, any work, but I just want to get started, and I want to moreover learn from you, get an experience. So that's the time when I joined my first internship. Although the pay was not very big, but more than the pay, it was the starting point of everything. So I got to learn how this whole corporate world works, how startup works, how the ecosystem works, uh, where to do the work and how to do the work, everything. So that was my whole starting point. But then after continuing working for like around 7 to 8 months on various things, like it can be on designing, it can be on other things. But after working for that much time, I was realizing that when my other friends and when the other people whom I kind of feel like these are the persons I have to grow with, or these are the people, this is the circle where I should be with. When they were doing other things, I started doubting, like, did I do a mistake getting into this whole thing of design, or like I wanted to become jack of all trades, and while becoming jack of all trades, will I not be able to master none? So this was this whole question, and probably many of people also this face the same problem, because at a point everyone wants to be jack of all trades, but that's a whole point when you are not able to select any one particular field and you are not able to master that one thing. So when you're not able to master one thing, you know a lot of things, but you are not good at any of the things. So that's the whole point when I realized, like, okay, let's now fix to one whole place and one whole thing which I want to continue forward. And that's the time when I realized about this whole thing called as Web3, whole thing called as blockchain. So it somehow got me interest, and again, being honest with why I entered into the ecosystem was when I saw the cash flow going on in this whole blockchain companies and the Web3 ecosystem. It kind of lured me to get inside, thinking that probably this is the place where can be more beneficial and where I can make something good, and it's also in the early phase. So like we enter in the early phase and we can do something big, and that's how I got in. But after getting in and after realizing, like, that whole dialogue of like शुरू मजबूरी में किए थे but मजा आने लगा. So that's how it continued. And when I met a lot of people and the things they're doing, the whole scope of like innovation in this space, because we are completely new, we are in the beginning, and you can do something really big, not in just terms of money but in terms of like building innovation. So that's when I went on, like, okay, I'm going to give my whole time to this, and probably if things goes right, I'll be giving up with my this thing college placements and everything and continue with this. And that's how it's continuing right now. I gave up with college placements and just realized yesterday I'm just opening my superset, and I realized that I have been blocked from placements. So
Okay, the
uh,
million dollar question I
I,
have for you. Yeah, the like this is the debate which me and Rachit have also come across, and we have also lot of
Yeah.
talk about it. And whatever you have told as well, people will also, try to do the same. We should run behind internships or we should run behind skills.
yes, this is something which will be more making sense for me to answer, because I did a mistake running back of internship. It may be small, it may be big, it may be like starting with like, but the first thing which I earned was like around 1,500 rupees. So, but situation was kind of different for me. It was a point where I was like, somehow or other I have to make money. But for others who are, who are listening to me and listening to us, my suggestion will be that probably you should not do the same thing which I have done, and it's more and lot important that you have to grow your skill. Because I also took a break. I also took a break between like my hustling thing. Else I would have been, again jack of all trades, trying to learn this and that, this and that. So I decided that I'll take a break. I'll particularly focus on one particular field and learn more about it and then continue. Because if you want to like being jack of all trades, you can make small to small money. It can be 10,000, it can be 20,000. You're able to make this, but when you want to go, when you want to improve yourself and want to go for a bigger position, or else like people know you for your particular skill, at that point of time you have to be a skilled person, and you have to be good at what you're doing. So that's important, that more than running back of internships, it's more important, and you have to learn skills, improve your skills, then go for internship. And also at the same time, don't be in the learning hell loop. So like where you're just continuously learning and learning, thinking that you're never good. So you can go on, build projects, try out, like it's just that don't focus on money, focus on the internships, like this experience you're getting. More than the money will automatically follow you when you are well enough experienced.
Okay, so let's continue by like you said you have to get the skills. So like let's go to the start. How was your college life? How did you start? Like, oh, which was that point? Like, okay, I have to get my skills. You are in the college. You want to get money, or you want to get the internship. You want to do something in your college. So what was your college life about? How did you get that motivation, or when? What was the point when you realized that okay, chalo abhi kaam karna hai?
Yes. So college life, maybe I have lot of stories to tell of my college life or not, because I did not spend lot of time in my college. But more than that, one good thing which happened to me in the college life was that the people I got, it may be my club, it's you guys, and also my friends, everything, like all the people I was surrounded with, they all had this same mindset of like, let's do something in life. Probably, some are able to do it, some are not able to do it, but I'm not talking about that. But everyone had a similar mindset that we are not here to just spend all our time just doing bullshit, and let's do something in our life. And everyone had a clear concept of like how money works. They knew that where to spend, where not to spend. So I was surrounded with all these people in my whole college life. So as I was saying, like starting from a club, in my club, as Sarthak, you all, uh, they all had the same mindset. We are people of like similar mindset that let's do something with our life, and that's why we are part of this club. So similarly, like these are these peoples who have helped me in college life, to get this mindset. Apart from that, as far as I remember, I did not take any big experience from the college. So yeah, that's it.
So
Okay, to
since
continue
you
with,
said all your club
uh,
has a similar mindset, so like okay, to the upcoming juniors or upcoming whoever is want to learn or want to grow in your life in their life, not from the college perspective but in general in the life perspective. So what kind of mind should they should have? Like always sticking to the books, always sticking to the skills, or like having fun? What is the mindset which should they carry with them?
Yes, so always sticking to the book doesn't make sense. We all know like how scoring marks is in college. I barely don't even remember few of my subjects in which I have scored more than A, and sometimes O also, and I won't be even knowing the name of the subject, and I just know what to study, go study that and write an exam. So sticking to book is obviously not an something which I would suggest. Apart from that point, skill, yes, obviously you have to learn skills. Skills is going to be more useful than what you learn inside the book. Apart from like what you're aiming for at the end of your college life. So I'm just talking about like how my life continued and not giving any suggestion here. So focusing on skill was more beneficial than focusing on books. And then to the point of like having fun is obviously needed. And that too, it's a concept of like what fun means to you. I'm someone who doesn't drink and smoke, and fun is not for me drinking and smoking. But fun is obviously that going out with friends, trekking outside, going to mountains, beaches, those are kind of fun to me. So having fun is obviously needed. That won't make your life boring, and at a point you won't feel that you have left out a lot of things. You'd not have a college life itself, and you are just back of all these things, and now your college life ended. And because your whole life is going to be that way only. After your college, you're just going to be focused on like how to make money and how to build your family, continue bring food to the table, all those things, right? So it's important that you have fun in your college life. Apart from that, learning skill is also important.
So the moral of the story is okay, money, not to do money, but to enjoy as well, because
Yes.
you won't get the time back.
Yeah, we won't
And
get a time.
so moving into this one more thing which I want to ask you badly. There is a concept of okay,
Okay, Rachit's camera had some
कटेगा
issue.
ये.
Yes.
I'm audible.
Oh yeah.
पता
हाँ,
नहीं कुछ
so
वीडियो हो गई थी.
yeah, I would like to go back to the question again, Prasu. The concept of Martech, tech plus management. Put some light on it, as what guys do is either, you know, when they think of Martech, they completely start going towards marketing only. So, that aspect of it. Put some light on Martech.
Yes. So marketing is something which people feel that it's very easier because the clearing the interview is comparatively easier than clearing a tech interview where you need to be very much skilled in tech to clear a tech interview and get in. So even right now I have met a lot of juniors who have messaged me like भैया marketing में जाना है आप यहाँ पे लगा दो and I want to get into community management. So you first of all need to have a clear idea of like what you are going to do in marketing and what you are going to do in community management and how tech is involved in that, because people think if it's an escape from coding, then it's not actually. It's not, because at the end of your this thing, like probably you entered into marketing, and again marketing is a field where like there also you have to be skilled. Maybe entering in is easy, but growing again in marketing is not that easy unless and until you are able to bring profits to the company. You are not able to bring what's required for the company to the table. You are not going to grow, and again you will be stuck up in a thing of like where you are going to repent that I should have probably done the coding instead of doing this easy way of making money. Got inside and now I don't know how to move. I have a technical degree. BTech is a technical degree, and now I'm doing something which probably a technical guy won't be doing. So this is the whole big problem which few of us still face. There are like a lot of people who have reached out to me asking, and I've said them that don't do this. Take time in like learning tech. That's going to be more beneficial to you, because the field we belong to, the money we are spending on this tech degree, that will be making more sense if we have something tech to it. So now this thing of like technical marketing, or we can call it as like Devrel also. So Devrel we can, in other words we can call even it's a technical marketing, because here you are kind of marketing your company but to the devs. So this is the place where you need to also understand the tech aspect of it. You need to understand how the product works, how the blockchain works, how many nodes are there, and how the whole concept of tokenization and everything. You need to understand that. And apart from understanding that, you also need to know how to bring in the developers to your blockchain. So here you're not selling your product as if like buy this, you bought this and I made this much profit. It doesn't work that way. But it works moreover like how many people are knowing your product and how many people are into your product, building, using your product. So this is the place of technical marketing where you need to be a techie guy, obviously, because now when probably you're a developer and I'm reaching out to you like, hey Sarthak, why don't you build on my blockchain? So at that point of time you'll ask me that I already have this popular blockchains of like Ethereum. I am building on Polygon, and why I have to build on your particular blockchain? And at that point of time I need to explain you that why my blockchain is better, and also at times I need to sit with you and help you to build on my own blockchain, because my point is that now I have to bring Sarthak somehow to my blockchain. I need him to build on mine. So hackathons is somewhere again you will find all these devrels, the technical
Hmm.
marketing guys. But now people confuse this with direct marketing, where they feel that let me probably sit in the booth and now I'm a devrel. Like I'm going to give merchandise and I'm a devrel. That's not how
But
it works, because again like you are just being used, and where your skill is not being put to use, you are again not growing in any way. So that's the thing.
so then can you say that if you want to become a devil, you need to have the technical knowledge, the basic technical knowledge like everyone has to become a devil kind of thing.
Yes. Yeah, see again I would not say like you need to be like a professional developer. You don't have to be a senior developer kind of a developer, but you need to have basic developer understanding. You need to understand how things work, how to build product. At least you need to understand how a product works and how your own product works. These are the main things. And
Okay. So
I'm
you
not
should
saying
have
that
the
you need
full knowledge
to
of
be a
your own
professional.
product.
Yeah, your own product. and understand how basic development works. Basic development, at least to the level like you can complete building a product. And I'm not
Hmm.
saying that it should be a product of like, where you are integrating cloud, where you are integrating AR, VR, and everything. Just a minute, just yeah. So let it not be that you are a professional developer, but at least you are a developer, and then you get into this whole field of like relation. Now you know development, and after you know development, it's now going to be useful for you when you talk with other developers, like why they should build product on your particular blockchain. So this is the whole point of like, be a dev first, then be a devrel.
Okay. So like
Okay,
talking about DevRel
other day I
connections and
saw.
networking. Okay, let me continue. So talking
Sorry.
about the like talking about the connections, DevRel, networking. So like basic thing, a basic for a student who is just coming into college, who wants to come into the marketing world or marketing things. How to build connections? A basic question. How to build connections with the people you don't know, or how to approach an event, how to go an event, how to build networks, everything.
Even in tech, we need connections because sometimes
Yeah.
you don't know how to do it and you have to get it done. So, what's the importance of connections and how to build them?
See, my whole concept of networking is that you first of all need to know when you are ready for networking. It's because like right now networking, building connections has become a so much popular thing that even first years who are very much new to this field, I mean, yeah, networking is easy. You're building your connections, you're building a group of like, you are increasing the number of people who know you, but how much is it useful to you? It's not at all useful unless and until you have something to share. Like networking is probably where like I share something, I give some benefit to you, and I get some benefit from you. So that's what networking is. But when you don't have anything to share, you don't have anything to give benefit to others, then there's no point of networking. It's just that, people know you, people know your name, and that too if you are particularly a male, there's no point of it. It's just that people will know, they just say hi, they probably drink or smoke a cigarette with you, and that's it, they forget you. That's all, networking ends for you. So before anyone start networking, I would suggest that first of all build something on your own. You know what you are doing, you know why you are networking. That's the very big, very important thing. Why are you going to network? Why you want to know that person, and why that person needs to know you. So if it's just going to be like, hey, I'm Prayasu, and I'm a student of SRM Ramapram, that's it. People are going to forget me. Probably they might remember, okay, I knew this student from SRM Ramapram, and I wanted to organize an event in SRM Ramapram, then they reach out to me. But apart from that, there's no use of it. But unless and until I say that, hey, I'm Prayasan and I'm building on this particular thing, and probably I would like to collaborate with you, or maybe we can do an this thing like, we can onboard you as a partner and this that. So when I have something to share to him, and when he sees some benefit of talking to me, then he's going to probably remember me. So this is what like where networking is useful and when to network.
A lot of people I've come across, they just say, okay. The lot of people I've come across, they say networking is waste and there's no use of it, and it's just wastage of time and all. So, in a nutshell, is it important from tech only? Now keep the Martech aside from the tech point of view.
Tech point of view also, it's lot of it plays a lot of importance to it, because right now you're building a product, you are completely dev and you're building a product. But right now you need to know uh, what your final idea is going to be. Networking is going to be helpful in this perspective when you're going to reach out to a lot of founders, who have already done something good in their life, and who are already running an $1 million company. You reach out to them, and they probably can help you in making you understand where are you going wrong. Because as a developer, probably you focus on what the code is going to be and how good your code is, and is it going to work or not. But you don't know like, will your product be successful or not. So this point you can, it's going to be more useful when you reach out to those persons who have already built something out there and who have been successful. Networking is useful there. And second part where networking is useful is like, obviously in this field of like blockchain and tech, you need grants to run your product, to run your team, everything. So now you decide like, if I move to this blockchain, will it be more beneficial for my team, or will it be more beneficial for my product? And how will you be knowing it? How will you be knowing all the opportunities without network? So networking is really lot important to even the developers, even the tech people, the core tech people also. And apart from that, marketing, it's a very essential need also.
Got it.
You are like networking with many people. You can get opportunities of internships, placement as well. As like by you also said you got many internships like by networking. So what is like
Yes.
yeah, continue.
So the first time I got internship by networking was during Eat India 2022. So Eat India 2022, I met few founders, met few head of ecosystems, those like top players in their particular company. I met them and I directly I had to pitch them like hey, I'm Prayasu and I'm building on this thing and I'm having this skills. So I'd like to work with your company. I have been following your company for this much days, and they sound interested. Like, okay, yeah, we do know you. We have been hearing about you, and I was like, that's really great. And then they scheduled an interview immediately, just parallelly to Eat India. Like Eat India was going here, and they just took me out, and we had few conversation. And the first round of interview was done there itself immediately. And after that, I went to home, and after coming to home, the procedures continued. There was like again one or two rounds of interview, and an HR round, and that's it. I got an offer from them. So networking have been helpful there. Also, apart from that, your networking can even get you a job. Why am I saying this? When people know you, people can vouch for you. Like for example, like uh, the old I have been worked with few other peoples, and when I am applying for a new company, they're vouching for me. Like, yeah, I have worked with Prayasu, and he's really a great guy, and he'd be a great asset to your company. That's where like it just builds an credibility to yourself. So the number of people knowing you, that increases your credibility also. So yes, networking can bring you opportunities.
I would like to bring it down a bit and would like to take you back a bit. How courtship as a club has helped you to be what you are, and is it important to be part of clubs? Because what goes across the freshies is like it's a wastage of time, this, that, and all. So just put some light on this.
Yes. So coming to the point of like club being wastage of time, that's again a debatable point, because it might be a wastage of time, but it might even change your life. So it can be like two different point. But before that, how I entered into Coursef, and how it has been playing a role in my life, let me share about it. So I was in my second year when I started this club. Like I got this club from my senior, and then started this from this whole scratch, build a core team. And again, building the team is a very important thing. Whom you take in your team, who are those people, because without a great team you cannot do anything great. And as a person who I am, my team has been helping me with it. And I wouldn't be in this position if probably I'd not meet those first set of few people who helped me make this big. And even I don't take the whole credit of building this club without all those 10-20 peoples who are there in the very beginning time. So apart from them, uh, club is a place where you get to meet like-minded people, where at least you have an idea, you have a part of like how to continue and how to grow. So that's the most important part, where like probably you'll be having a lot of friends in your college, and everyone have their own lifestyle. So some spend their time on the girls, some spend their time on having fun, and apart from that, some spend time even on the books. So some are like like aaj jaunga, I'll study and I'll get 10 CGPA, and after getting a 10 CGPA, that's it, my life is sorted. But that's not how life gets sorted. I know my friends who has like around more than 9.8 CGPA and still struggling for getting a job.
Hmm.
So club is a place where like we do experiment things. So we do have all these kind of people, but one common thing is that we need to grow. We need to grow as a club, we need to grow as a person. Achievement of anyone in the club is celebrated by the whole club itself. So that's how club has been, and club has helped me to grow. These people, all these people who have helped me, like without them all my initiatives would have failed. Without all these people, like probably I had an idea, and making the idea possible, making the idea a reality, was helped and done by the club and the people of the club. And now coming to the point of like, is club a waste of time? Again, it's a very debatable part. Club can be a waste of time if you don't have you know the idea which you have, like what's your goal and what's your aim and what you want to make out of your life. If that doesn't match with what the club wants to make you do, then club is going to be a waste of time. Probably if you are someone, you have an idea of like You just want to enjoy your college life, and apart from enjoying your college life, you have an idea of like, okay, let me just go do higher studies, and that's it. BTech is just for enjoying. Then but college has some, I mean, club has some other plans out there. Club has like, if it's holiday you have to work more, and if it's a normal day you have to work but work less. But there's like work you have to learn continuously, and you are someone who doesn't want to do it. So club again is just here to push you and not to make you a very successful person out there. That's again on your own self, like if you decide to be one, then you can be. So that's how again, like, club can be beneficial, but unless and until you want to make it.
College for taking him, there are many clubs. So for a students come, like he's coming from another state, he is coming to the college and he is announced by the college there are many clubs, you can join the clubs. Some students are saying you can join X club, you can join Y club. Will, like, how should they choose? Like, okay, this club will be parallel to my mindset. Okay, if I think they're also thinking like that, how can they go in that way? How can they choose a particular club?
I mean, again, it like choosing your club. Generally, club choosing, people are either attracted to the branding they have. Some are connected with bigger companies. So people do have a mindset like, they are connected with this bigger company, and going into this club will be beneficial for me. Okay, yeah, it makes sense. It does make sense. And apart from that, uh when you stay in the college, when you understand, like, which club has been doing the work, and you obviously like, club success is shown out automatically when you see like these are the people who have been achieving success, and which club they belong to. You can find a whole pattern, like continuously there's like wins of hackathons, and you see that, okay, these are the people from this particular club. You see like, this guy is doing really great, and you ask them like, which club are you part of? So from that things, and also the seniors, like, you meet few seniors, and you do understand like, okay, this senior has been doing something great, and I could take probably inspiration from him, and I would like to work under him. So these are few of the things which will help you to, understand which club is good for you. Again, anyway, it's an hit and trial thing. You join a club, you don't like it, you obviously have an option to leave it. And again, after having an option to leave it, you can join another club. So clubs not be your whole identity out there, but club can be, playing a major role in your whole success or in your whole college
Major
life.
part.
One more thing I would like to, okay, keeping the on the record things and off the record things together. 12 plus hackathons have been won by the club. Along with that, two hackathons were organized by the club as well, with 3 to 4 college events as well. When you started, did this thought ever came into your mind, that, okay, we'll be able to make this much big? Did that thing come into your mind like, okay, this wasn't expected at all, we are at, different level?
Yes. So before I started a club, before this whole club thing itself, I learned to make a team. And how I learned to make a team was that, I had few, startup ideas. Like when we enter into college, all of this startup ka keeda bites you, and you're like, kuch to startup karna hai. So this same
Entrepreneur.
thing happened. And the mistake I did was with team building. All my friends, I was like, co-founder banoge. I messaged everyone. Like I had 10 friends. I was like, bro, you are co-founder. And after messaging those 10 people, the next 10 people, they're like, bro, you missed me. मेरे को नहीं बुलाया co-founder बनने. So it's like, okay, bro, you are also co-founder. And then the next day, I had like 20 co-founders sitting with me doing nothing. And again, you can know, like, we had an Instagram page, and it died as an Instagram page itself. So I understand, like, like, team building is not how it works. So then I decided, when I got this club, again, I had few, like, the beginning, like, I had around 2 to 3 people with me. But then I understood I need to expand before I can grow this club. It needs expansion, it needs more talent. And now I decided that I don't want my friends to be inside, but moreover that I want people whom I feel like can be beneficial to the club. Yeah, who can share the similar mindset. And then I found the next set of 5 6 peoples, or around 10 peoples, whom particularly I did not know as such, like personally I did not know them. They were not my friends, like, like we did not know each other before. I just heard their name, and I was like, okay, this guy or that guy, I'm hearing a lot of things about him. He's doing something good, or something big he will be doing. I placed and bet on them, like, yes, they are going to help me build this big thing. And then when I set up the first set of my team, and when I had the first meeting with them, with all their energy, everyone's mindset. At that point of time, I realized, like, this is something going to go big, because when I saw their face, I knew that, okay, these guys are the guys whom I needed all this time, and this is the right thing which they have done by joining me, and we are going to make it big. And as soon as, like, with them grown the whole club, the club from a small team of like 20 people become a team of like 100 people, and then we knew that we had work power, we had manpower, we had ideas, and we had almost everything that's needed in a good club to be successful. And
Okay,
then I
one more
decided,
thing
okay,
before I hand
yeah.
over to Rachit. One more thing. When today also, yesterday also, I came across two guys. One, like, they knew me personally due to Hackverse and all, and in our college itself, one of them has been appointed as head of one club, and one of them has appointed as design lead of the other club. And the thing was, like, all I told them, the only one million advice which I gave them: stay away from club politics. Just focus on improving people which you have with you. So it is a part and parcel of the game, the club politics. And like, is it necessary at times, or like it's fine? We should just focus on the work, and if someone interrupts, leave it. We'll do what we are doing. We'll set that standards which we have set over the ages.
Coming to club politics, first of all, club politics is a lot unnecessary thing. It's literally not needed anywhere. But when you give your whole identity to the club, you're like, I'm Prayasu from Coursef. When the club gets connected to you, at that point of time, you get an ownership of your club. You tend to fight for your club. And everyone wants to make their club as the best club of the college. Everyone fights for this whole tag, even though it's not a achievement, even though it's not something which you get money or get rewarded for, but it's a status of pride that you call yourself that you belong to the best club, you build the best club, and you are part of the best club. So for that reason, every club fights out there for being the very best club out there. But apart from that, this slowly tends to, you could grow yourself being the best club, but what people do is that more than growing themselves, they try to pull others down, so it makes them as the best club. And this is where all this point of like club politics start, where you start defaming other clubs, you start taking negativities of other clubs. Like, every club does mistake. We are in this whole growing phase, and when we are trying to do something good, we tend to do something bad, knowingly, unknowingly, anything. And this is where, like, other clubs find a point of like defaming your club, and that's how the club politics start. And again, as the club is connected to you to a personal level, you tend to fight back for it. So that's
Okay,
how it happens.
one more thing. How it felt when we were at the top from 2022 to 2023, when we used to set the standards, and people used to see like, okay, Courtsev is doing this. Okay, we should also do this. No, Courtsev is doing this, then we cannot get into it. So how was that? That, like, for 1%, did it ever come to the mind like, okay, we are bossing around? So like, was that thing like, we are the dons? Okay, Courtsev is great, and all the top. Was that thing 1% in the top of the mind like, okay, this is it?
See,
This
I
was
mean,
something which I was, yeah.
for myself, I always have this mindset that success is something which is not forever. Like, when you see the sunlight, you obviously need to see the nights. So I knew that probably after reaching a point, we are going to fall down. And my whole point is that let's be humble, let's stay to the ground always. And our competition is ourselves. We don't have to focus on like what others are doing, and we just have to focus on like what we have done till this date and how can we grow after this. Like, breaking our own benchmarks. That was my focus, and probably the team's focus also. Everyone had a similar mindset that let's break what we have done, let's put a more higher benchmark for ourselves. But then, as like as there are a lot of people in the club, and some people, like, we all have this pride in ourselves that we are now part of Coursef is doing
Yeah.
really great. And it automatically tends to that someone or other out there goes up and says that I'm part of the best club, and that might hurt someone from the other club, right? So that's where, like, we are termed as like we are bossing around. But again, no. Yep. I mean, again, it's just like it was a fun period of college, I can say, and that needs to be done.
Was keeping ourselves down to earth. So a person like you having so much achievements, like winning hackathons, conducting events in the club, and like being recognized in the college so much. still you're so humble. Like according to us, according to Satapathy also, like everyone says like, okay, Prayasu, yeah, he's a humble man. The first thing comes, okay, he's a humble guy. He is very down to earth. He's very like socially good person. He speaks very good. He's very polite. So what is that point like? Okay, how like if for example someone has that type of achievement, they'll be having at least that ego. Okay, how the fuck he said me like that? Okay, how did he say me like that? So how you are so humble down to earth and like what is that thing in you?
See, I mean, there are more humble persons than me. Like one of our friend Aritra, he like even earns 1 crore. He even earns 1 crore. He'll be like, bro, मैं तो भिखारी हूँ. So
He'll still use
there are
that
more.
laptop. He'll earn
Yeah,
1 crore. He'll still use that laptop. He'll change.
Without webcam,
yeah,
yeah.
yeah. So there are more humble people than me. But what I'm saying is that my whole point is that something which is there today, like probably you're successful today or probably you're making money today, that's not going to stay with you forever. And probably you have shown up your ego out there today, saying that I have this much, I have that much, and I'm in this position, or like I have this much money today. That's not going to stay with you forever. Money is something which is going to go very easily. Even you have 1 crore, even if you have 100 of crores, if you want you can spend it within 2 days, 3 days also. Like that, there are that many expensive things out there. So money is not going to stay with you. But what's going to stay with you is that the the connection you have built with others, the friendship you have built with others. So even if I'm in a very bad condition tomorrow, I know like my friends are going to come back for me, they are going to help me. So that's why makes your like to be humble, to be ground to earth.
Okay. Second, like being calm is
Yeah, and also the second thing goes on is like how much ever successful you become or how much ever money you have, there is someone or other more than you, there's someone more successful than you, there's someone more rich than you. And I don't think like me or anyone will become the most top people out there, because there's someone obviously more in a more higher position than you. So it's always better be humble.
so like
Yeah,
you
like,
believe
yeah.
karma. So like it comes to the fact like karma, okay. आया जा भी सकता है. It can come. It
आया
can
जा
go
भी
also
सकता है, yeah.
at
Ye-
1 second. It doesn't matter.
yes, yeah.
So okay, continuing a part, I said that you have won many hackathons, and I think being a technic like we have a bachelor's of technology, we are doing engineering. So being a tech guy, hackathon is the main like one of the major part of our like college life or a career or a growing graph. Do you think?
I won't say like it's the most important thing. That like we cannot term anything as the most important thing. Even if you don't do anything, still you're going to be happy at the end of your college life. So that's not something which I would then as the most important, but still it plays a very important role for a technical guy to make you understand like at what level you are there, at what level. Like also in hackathons I've seen people learning new technologies in just 1 day, in just 24 hours span of time, because you have the pressure out there. Like when your team is building, like when you are sleepless, you cannot just you cannot just let it go without putting some efforts. So hackathons first major thing is that the learning it gives you, the pressure it puts you in 24 hours or 36 hours or 48 hours, that within this 48 hours you have to make it possible, you have to learn it, you have to put it into work. Let it be you win or not. I have spent around like 1 year of attending hackathons without winning. My 2021 I started attending hackathons from 2021 and I not win any of the hackathons, but that did not demotivate me to stop attending hackathons. I knew like I won't win, but still I was like, let's go, let's give it a try, because I want to explore more ideas what we can build on. Because I remember like what city projects I used to make back then in 2021. It used to be clone of something, it used to be clone of this, that, change the color of it, put a new name, and so something new, just do a pitch deck and present it. Then slowly from there I got to know like what products win hackathons, how to think, how to innovate. Those things are going to come from a hackathon. So yes, hackathon is an important part if majorly you are in a tech field. Even if you're not in a tech field, I would still suggest others also to attend hackathons, where you get to know like what innovation feels like, what ideas feels like.
Coming into hackathon, one more point. I just typed that. This just typed in my mind. You and me have that taste. We have got that taste of winning it. how much important is not okay. Tech code is something which matters to build the product. How much important is the ideation part, and how much important is that you keep your developer in sync. Like, okay, this I'm planning. Can this be done? So how much this thing is important for winning or for building something in a hackathon?
Uh, I mean, in a hackathon, at least in a place of a hackathon, 80% of them are developers. 80% of them are the person who code. So almost if code be the only thing which helps you win a hackathon, almost everyone is a winner. So differentiating a winner and different like how to build a team is one of the major thing in a hackathon, where like you need persons from various fields. Obviously, we need more technical people because at the end your ideas of no use unless and until it works in front of the judges. So you need technical people. But apart from that, the ideation part is another important role, as important as like the code itself, because now without a proper idea, without knowing like the products which is going to be successful, the products where like you find innovation, because people think innovation and they build something like it can be on NFTs, it can be on anything. At a later point of time you feel like it doesn't make any sense, you're just selling some JPGs for literally nothing. So there's like a lot of ideas which gets built which doesn't make sense. So ideation is another important part, and how can you do better ideation is when you start exploring about more products. You know, like which products works in this industry, and attending hackathons again have helped me in this because like this 1 year of span where I did not win any hackathons, but I was continuously learning. I was learning which kind of products win and which kind of products gets judged easily and gets a good point from judge and can attract the judges. So this is one very big important part again in winning an hackathon. Your ideation is really important there.
Okay. Now you said you have been participating for hackathons for many years. So, so we are going to conduct a hackathon. It's like a hackverse. You conducted hackverse. So why did you why did you think like okay, stop going hackathons, we'll conduct our own hackathon? Why was that mindset came to you? And like how did you initialize that whole project of conducting a hackathon?
The point is that like me or even when I'm not attending, my team is attending, any one of you guys are attending. One thing is common that we have to travel out of Chennai. Inside Chennai, you don't find really great hackathons apart from college level hackathons. And again, you know, like college level hackathons is not somewhere you find the best talents out there. There are good talents. I'm not saying there are not good talents, but majorly in bigger hackathons, which probably being conducted by any company or being conducted in a national level. You either have to travel to Bangalore, you have to travel to Hyderabad, Mumbai, Delhi, anywhere. All this, you know, big metro places you have to travel to be a part of this kind of hackathons. While Chennai is still, Tamil Nadu itself is still in a growing phase in this particular field. So we decided why not we play our own role in this. And also the whole idea was to begin with a college hackathon. We wanted to do something bigger in our own college, but due to some circumstances we have to move out. And but that was in a good way, that was in a better way. Going from a college level hackathon to a national level hackathon, we were able to pull international investors in the second phase of the hackathon. So this was the whole idea, to make it better for those people who want to attend hackathons from places like our college or from Chennai, Tamil Nadu. We wanted to do this for them, and that's how we got this idea of like organizing our own hackathon.
Okay, moving from hackathon now, I would like to take it this way now. I have met a lot of freshies, even second years currently. All they have the image. Let's come to back to our college. All they have the image is like, okay, they regret coming to SRM Ramapuram. Though, if you take my personal opinion, I never regret because the set of people I've found and the things how they have gone in life. I don't regret even one person like, okay, where the fuck I came and all, and KTR was better or something like that. So just put a light on it whether you regret or you're blessed to be part of Ramapuram. And if you would have been KTR, this thing wouldn't have been this thing which you are now.
See, I mean, this whole point of like regretting over college doesn't make sense because
Hmm.
you ask any student from any college, even from IITs, even
Exactly.
from top IITs, they will be also scolding their own college, saying that यहाँ का खाना बेकार है, यहाँ का room बेकार है, this that. So you don't find happiness in any of the college students, and it's a common thing that they scold their own college. But apart from that, regretting of joining this college, no, I don't have any regret for this. Also at the same time, I don't feel like I'm very much blessed to be part of this college, because I never considered it that way. I never considered it that way, that college has helped me with various things, like I got this platform, I got this field where, like, I want to continue. I met few important people. Without them, probably life won't be the same how it is right now. So college probably have directly or indirectly given me this set of people. Apart from that, coming to the regret part, no, there's not as such regret. And that too, at least our college was kind of not very strict in various terms. We at least were able to carry our own phone to the college. There's like a lot of colleges which don't allow you to carry phone. There are a lot of colleges which have like strict policies for holidays and stuff. We do have, but still, we find loopholes somewhere here and there to take leave, right?
So put
So
this up in
in,
one line. So put this up in one line. It's just like it's all about the people you meet. It's all about the circle you have, and not about the place where you are in.
yes, that's the whole point.
We don't have that much strict regulations on studies. Like anyone can score very good marks just before the examination, even semester exam. It's not that. So like, what do you what do you think? Like, still the people are believing now. Like, okay, yeah, education is not that good. People are not that good. But looking at different colleges like IIT, if students go to IIT, their like examination, their academics is so tough. So what do you think on that?
So first, coming to your point of like where you talked about time, time management is one of the big things which you have to fix on yourself, because like time is something everyone, each and every one of us have 24 hours in our hand, and it just depends on like where and how you spend it. See, and then like just don't repent of like you probably spend your time studying. Don't repent that you did not go out and meet others and did not have fun. And if you have fun, don't repent of like you could have studied. So whatever you're doing, just don't repent, and do whichever whichever makes you feel more alive. And coming to the other part of like the scoring marks part, or about the education part, yes, like our marking schemes, or like the way you can score marks in our college is comparatively easier than few of the top colleges like IITs and NITs, even on a university kind of colleges, where like even scoring 70%, 80% is a bigger thing, while 9 CGPA is something kind of common in SRM. So again, coming to that top, yeah, see, it won't play major roles apart from like probably in placement. It's going to be something like if you are sitting on campus placement, you might be getting little bit more priority. Some companies will choose people more than 9 CGPA, and some companies, like even internally, teachers would suggest the 9 CGPA people that you go and take part in this, and you have to sit in this particular company, which probably we guys below 9 CGPA guys don't even have ideas of. So that's how marks is going to play an important role. So I'm again not saying that don't focus on marks. So if you are focusing completely, if you are on belief of like complete that I have to sit for on-campus placements only, then scoring more than 9 CGPA is something going to play more beneficial for you. And then again, skills are also important. Probably teachers will help you to sit on the company interviews and stuff, but clearing the interview is
Yeah.
on you. And that too,
Mhm.
there's going to be like gender difference and all. So, uh, yeah, considering everything, scoring 9 CGPA is a safer option. And also, apart from scoring 9 CGPA, if you are able to build your skills, that's going to be like, the ultimate combo you can have.
So just I want to ask, what's your CGPA? Because you have achieved this much things, you probably you're also placed. You're talking to companies for your placements and your job. So what was your CGPA first?
Currently, right now, I'm in 8.9 CGPA. Although, like, students don't like talking about our marks, but luckily, somehow or other ways, I'm in a kind of decent CGPA. I'm in 8.9 right now, and if things goes in the next sem, well, it might cross even 9. So anyway, I don't care at this point of like what my CGPA is, because I always had an idea that I won't be sitting mostly in the college placements, and I wanted to focus something outside, because I have good enough experience. Like I've been working more than 1 years outside, so I did knew that. somehow or other, some or other company is going to take me up, and I don't have a huge pressure that I'll be unemployed by the end of the college life.
One more question
So
before Rachit asks. I have one more question. Uh, let's talk about a bit over off-campus placements. When a guy should feel like, okay, leave college, I'm gonna take off-campus placement. Okay, just he gets himself aside from the on-campus thing. And what do you feel, is off-campus a better place or on-campus? Like, what is your take on this?
So if you're particularly in the field of Web3 or blockchain, on campus doesn't give you a lot of options.
Yeah,
In fact, some colleges don't give you an option of Web3 and blockchain. So off campus is your only go. And when I entered into this blockchain field, and when I started, getting experience, like when I had at least 1+ years of experience, that at that point of time I knew that okay, I'm in a safer place, that where I can keep an blind bet on going off campus. Even if I leave on campus, still I'll have some or other way of earning money out there. Because at the end of your college life, the most important thing is that you don't be unemployed. That's
yeah,
the thing which everyone focus on.
mm,
So some or other way, I knew that okay, I'm in a safer place where I can earn because of the experience which I have gained. 1+ year of experience working with minimum of 3 companies. I knew that okay, I can join my fourth company very much easier. So that's when I knew that okay, I can do it. And but generally, if I'm talking about off campus with on campus in few terms, it's easier in a way. For example, if you're going to attend a interview in a company like Google rarely comes to on campus, but still, even if it comes to on campus, getting via on campus, it's going to be more easier than getting via off campus. If you would probably go to TCS office in Bangalore, which
yeah,
probably pays just around 2 to 3 LPA, but still you'll find a crowd of like 100 200 people just fighting to enter in the line to go for the walk-in interview. And that just shows like no which condition right now we are in, how the market condition right now is.
mm,
And even where like you can find more than 300 people fighting for a 2 LPA 3 LPA job, at that point of time you would understand that on campus is comparatively easier than off campus.
mm,
So focus on campus, and if you're focusing on off campus, you need to make sure your skills, your experiences are good enough, you have enough experience and enough skills that you can place a blind bet on off campus. So again, it's like in taking a riskier option, but can be a rewarding option depending on how good you are.
student comes to the college, first year student, freshie, they wants to achieve some good things also, but have a good placement, enjoy his college life. So, what is your perspective and like your perspective of giving us roadmap? What will be if you give a roadmap, okay, follow these steps, then you can achieve whatever you want to. What will be your roadmap from your perspective?
Although like scoring marks is comparatively easier the moment you enter the college, because probably due to various reason, and even my marks were like more good when I entered college. One thing, it was online, but even when it was not online and when we were writing exams in person, still the marks were good, and it started gradually going down at a point, because it might be moreover that the lesser I started studying, at a point like I did not study, I just used to study last night and go to exam and write something, and some or other like I knew the important questions which I have to study that much, go write exams and come back. So marks gradually decreased. But apart from that, like at the beginning of your college life, you do have more time, and the time is meant for like playing around various things. So it can be like you learn a lot of skills. That's the time when you can explore. Like else, instead of going on a blind way, like everyone is learning HTML, CSS, JavaScript in my first year. So I'll also do the same thing. Instead of doing that, that's the time when you can try around various things, try around learning new or other stuffs. So my suggestion would be that at the beginning of your college life, you have more time comparatively to the end of your college life, where probably in a third year and fourth year you are now more determined that some or other I need to grab an internship, I need to make some or other way to make some money. So before that, your first and second year, you don't have any pressure as such. The only thing is that you are here to have fun and learn at the same time. So that's what you're going to do.
So, short saying, first,
so
first
one more thing.
people can explore the fields, can explore what fields they like, and upgrade the skills, like have good skills and everything. So what will be the after
Yeah,
that?
it's
Like
more about
what
like
is
you just try around. Yeah, you try around various fields, and after trying around various fields, now you know like in which you want to grow. So that's more beneficial if you do it in your first and second year than doing it in your third and fourth year, where like if you don't do this in your first and second year, in your third and fourth year you don't have any option. Now you have to prepare for your placements only. So that's it. You have like a fixed way of going if you are going to start it in your third or fourth year.
Okay,
Okay.
one more thing, which I believe is one of the most, question which is of importance when we talk about us and other people's as well. Motivation or discipline, obsession towards something, or motivation, which is more important to achieve things in life?
I mean, motivation and obsession both are required. But if you ask me, like for me, which was more important, I do have obsession, but more than obsession, it was motivation. Motivation to learn things. See, like probably if you are motivated, if you know like this is something which needs to be done, and if you don't do it, it's not like your life is going to be more worse, and you have like no other options left out. This is a sort of motivation which pushes you more and more that you have to somehow or other make it, and that would have been helpful. But at the same time, obsession of like, do you like what you are doing? That's
Hmm.
also another important thing. I would say actually both of the things are equally important, because if you don't like it, motivation will push you till one extent. You somehow or other force yourself to do it, but at a point when you don't like it, you tend to not perform very much well in that particular field, or you perform to change, give up at one point of time. But if you have obsession at the same time, you like what you do, it's something which pulls you or which forces you that automatically that you start giving your whole heart doing that work. You are tending to perform more better and become a more better person in that whole field. So I would conclude saying that equally they both are important, and I cannot say like anything is more important than the other thing.
So, okay, after you saying the motivation and obsession, what was your motivation and obsession at the same time to like achieve this all things?
As I already said, like my motivation was probably the situation I was in, the situation, or like making sure that I have to make money. So that was the motivation which constantly pushed me, which was like I kind of had in my mind that there's no other way, there's no other option that I have, that I can enjoy the college life just simply partying around. And I made up my mind that that there's no partying for me unless and until I do make some money of my own. There's no going to pub, there's no enjoying out there till I reach a particular point after which I can decide like, okay, now I can do it. But at a point like I realized like there's no need to do it, and I continued that way itself. But that's not something which I suggest to everyone out there. And apart from that, obsession is like, again, when I mentioned earlier that the innovation and the early stage of web3, the early stage of blockchain we are in, so that kind of added as an obsession to me that we can do something big when we are starting early. So kind of think it like internet back in the 1990s. So if you probably run a blog even at that point of time, you would be one of the richest person at currently in 2023. So that's a kind of obsession which I have towards web3, towards blockchain, and that's how it's going on.
Okay, I have a couple of questions. First, I'll put this up. We, especially we college guys, we live in an era of procrastination and laziness. And at times we just, all of us have faced this, like we are not able to, cope up with, we just leave the things. And we people like are still someone who are better, not that bad, not that bad, but some people are like they perform this thing daily. So that's where discipline is something which comes into the effect, or like how to take this procrastination thing seriously, because people don't take it seriously. Like
See,
half of
I'm
the
in
college students is
procrastination.
like, how this college world goes is he is not doing, I'll also not do, they are also not doing, and everyone is not doing anything. How to come out of this trap?
Procrastination is something like which makes you comfortable, as you said, like
Hmm.
at times it can be it can be used in a beneficial way also. Like at times when you feel your lowest, saying that probably I'm not doing anything in my life, then you see your friends out there who are also not doing anything in their life. They're like, bhai sab to chill hai ab. No one is doing anything and I'm happy. But at the same time, when you are motivated, the concept of like motivation, concept of like obsession towards the product, and a discipline mainly, Discipline comes automatically when you need to be disciplined first of all to achieve something. Discipline will help you being more consistent, doing something consistently. Even if you do less, you do it more consistently, and that's going to give an guaranteed success out there. Motivation is something like, probably you do, like, you are motivated today a lot and you do something, and tomorrow you're not motivated and you just want to procrastinate. You see your friends also, they're also enjoying their life, so you decide like, okay, chalo, yeah, let's chill. I know a friend of mine who had to decide to leave his whole friends group, stay separately, because he had this whole
Mm.
problem that everyone is chilling out there, and I have to, if I want to do something better, I need to leave this group. Even though they were his close friends, he had decided to leave. And for me, this was never a problem because again, I am a day scholar and I live in Chennai itself. So at the end, like after my college, I have to go to my home, sit in my room. So I never had this problem of like distractions because I'm in my room and I'm forced, like there's nothing for me. There's just a laptop and a mom out there sitting in the hall. So that was life for me, and so I did not have much distractions. It was beneficial for me. But for those who stay in college and who have more chances of distractions, it's discipline which is going to help them out there. The more like they are strict to, like, I want to achieve this or I want to achieve that in this particular time and I have to do this consistently to do it. If they don't have that motivation and obsession towards what they're doing, it won't be possible for them to be disciplined.
Okay, the last thing which I personally want to ask from you, what do you see the future of Web3 and blockchain? In crisp words, what's the future?
uh,
Like it's quite a
it's
debatable topic around nowadays. So yeah, with
yeah.
respect to that.
Yes, as you said, it's a lot debatable topic because right now, for few people, Web3 and blockchain, like even right now, if you see Solana, which is in a lot of hype at this point, but which I clearly see it like Solana more than, like, more than people are hyping it for its development and for its technology, people are hyping it for the profits they're making out of it. When Solana is running in its bull market, people are more profitable, and everyone is talking about Solana. Even those people who don't know about blockchain, they are talking about Solana at this point. So people entering in just for making money out there, according to them, blockchain is nothing, and after the hype is over, they're going to leave because now they don't make money and they're going to focus on something which is going to make them money. But when you, as a developer, when you start focusing, when you start going deeper into what the whole blockchain is, how the blockchain works, and what's the real life problems it can solve, when you understand these kind of problems, you would know maybe probably blockchain may not exist how it is existing today. It may be in a better position, or it may be just as a tech stack, how other tech stacks are. But it's not going to go dead, it's not going to die, and blockchain is going to continue forever. And obviously, like, there's every new day there's going to be new meme coin coming up, there's new blockchain going to exist, and some blockchains are going to die. But at the end, the
Yeah.
concept of blockchain, the concept of decentralization and everything, it's going to exist and it's going to continue giving power to its own people and the community. So that's not going to die, but it's just going to not exist the same way how it's existing today at this point.
Very big thing to ask you for. One advice you would like to give to the freshers and high school graduates out there.
One advice if I want to give to the freshers mainly, it will be probably like, they watch this whole podcast. Probably we have talked about a lot of things, but yeah, apart from that, if I want to say in a more crisper way of like what a fresher should do, fresher, in like, if you just divide it into the 4 years of college life, first year of college life when they have entered to this whole new college, I would suggest don't be a complete nerdy, completely bookworm. It's more important where you meet a lot of people your first years, because like the group which you make in your first year, obviously that won't stay till the end, but that's where like you learn to open up, that's where you learn a lot of new things. I have learned a lot of new things in my first year from my friends also. The change in my mindset, the change in everything started in my first year when I met a lot of new people. I learned good things, even I learned about bad things, and living apart from that, you learn things from people. And first year it's about networking in the sense like connecting, making friends. I won't call it networking, making friends mainly. Apart from making friends, you do have a lot of bunch of time which you can play around learning skills in a sense like learn what are the different skills which exist, what are the different possibilities, different pathways that can be taken. So now when you have played around and you become a jack of all trade basically in your first year, when you know about various things, now when you come to your second year or third year, you're now confident about like on what thing you want to continue. Your first year's experience will help you in your second and third year to decide
Hmm.
on what thing you want to make your whole major life to be following on. And slowly coming to the point of like the friends you made in your first year, that will be slowly decreasing till the end of your fourth year. At the fourth year there will be just 3 to 4 people left out. With those 3 to 4 people will be talking, and even there's chances for some there will be no people left out, and you are just left out with your own work and a new set of life opening up and a new chapter opening up with new friends in your office life.
Yeah. Yeah, yeah, yeah. In fact, we are just on the verge of ending it up only.
Okay. Yeah,
Yeah.
recording हो रही है ना?
Uh,
Huh.
up and ready.
I'm audible, right?
Yeah.
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 चलो, okay.
Okay, so yeah,
Okay. 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 I want to say everyone that take Bhaya's advice. Watch Vartalaap. He's that's why he's a good marketing and a tech management guy. So here we are going to end up, Bhaya. Thank you for your precious time to coming to
Uh,
our Vartalaap-Podcast.
Thanks a lot, Prayasu. And yeah, a lot to talk about. But again, time constraint has always been there.
On time
But it was
constraints.
a great conversation to be a part of it. And I wish, like, I really wish this, opens up mind of a lot of freshies and as well as high school graduates who take up tech. And yeah, thanks a lot for coming. Thanks a lot for joining us.
thanks, Arthak. Thanks, Rachit, for inviting me as your first guest. I am really lucky to be your first guest out here, and wishing all the best to Vartalaap. Hopefully, it becomes
Thank
one
you
of
so
the big
much.
podcasts out there in the upcoming times. Thank you all.
Thanks a lot.
Wow.
Thanks a lot.
Marketing guy.